Hey guys, what's up? We're going to be doing an NHL tier list. We're going to be ranking these teams based on how I think they're going to do next season. And if you don't like where I put your team, that sucks because I really don't care. These are my opinions and you have yours. So we're starting off with the Anaheim Ducks. I think they'll be better next year. I don't know if they're ready for the playoffs. I'm gonna say miss playoffs. I don't know if they're good enough yet. Well, the Coyotes don't exist anymore. They're gonna be Utah, but they'll be in the wild card hunt. Boston, I think they're gonna be in the playoffs. Buffalo, they're gonna be in the hunt. I feel like they can make the playoffs. It's just, can they have everything go right for them? Flames, draft lottery. They lost everything. They lost Markstrom, Lindholm, all their defensemen. They got to go through that rebuild. Hurricanes, they're a playoff team. Normally they'll be like up there. They just can't get past like certain points in the playoffs. But like they can't win in the conference finals and they can't beat the Rangers in the second round. And they lost some stuff this year. So I think they're just a playoff team. Blackhawks, draft lottery, still a terrible team. I think Bedard will do good though. Avalanche, playoffs, not as good as they used to be. Their top guys are obviously really good, but they don't really have good depth at all. Blue Jackets miss playoffs. They won't be like terrible like they've been. I just think they're just not good enough for the playoffs either. Dallas, Stanley Cup contenders. I don't care if they made some weird defense moves. They still have probably the best forward depth in the league and still a great defense. And Ottinger should have a better year. So I don't see why they wouldn't be Stanley Cup contenders. Detroit, wild card hunt. I do think they'll make it though. I'm not really ranking it like in order like that, but I'm just gonna put them in front because I really think that they will make it. Oilers, cup contenders. They're contenders last year and they just added to their depth in the offseason. So I don't see why they wouldn't still be there. Florida, deep playoffs. I know they just won a cup. They were unstoppable. They lost Montour, and I don't know. Like, I don't know if they're going to do it again. I just don't think so. It's my opinion. But I think they'll probably have a deep run. The LA Kings, wild card hunt. They're way too reliant on Drew Doughty and Kopitar. And those guys are fossils, so I don't see them really doing that great. The Wild, have them as a playoff team. I don't really understand why people think that they are more of the team that we saw last year and not the team that we saw the 2 years before that, where they're like one of the best teams in the league. I know last year they had 103. It's not like crazy, but that's a solid playoff team right there. Montreal, I'd argue they're in the wild card hunt. I like them. They're a young team. It's just, are they ready yet? So I have them in the hunt. I'm not going to say they're in the playoffs. They're not there yet. But Nashville, deep playoffs. I think they're great. I just don't think they're cup contenders yet. But they are. They're much better. Adding 2 40-goal scorers in Stamkos and Marchessault, they're going to be better. New Jersey, deep playoffs. They have a goalie and defense now. And last year, injuries went wrong for them. They'll be a deep playoff team, I believe. Islanders, wild card hunt. They're not that good. A lot of their teams just old. Rangers, Stanley Cup contenders. They lost to the Panthers in the conference finals, but they did win the President's Trophy, and the Panthers were just unbeatable last year. I think they're still Stanley Cup contenders. Ottawa Senators, I'll put them in the wild card hunt. Adding Olmark definitely helps your case, but they always find a way to disappoint people. Philly, another wild card hunt team. The Flyers surprised a lot of people last season, and now they got Michkov coming up. It'll be interesting to see what they do. I know I have a lot of teams in wild card hunt, but there's a lot of teams that could make it. Penguins, I have missing the playoffs. They just keep getting worse and worse every year. It's just Crosby. That's all they have. Sharks, still a draft lottery team. They won't be as bad as last year at all, but they're still a terrible team. Kraken, I think they'll be a playoff team. They added some good pieces. Was it a little expensive? Yeah, but as of right now, I think they'll be back to where they were 2 seasons ago, where they had 100 points and had that nice playoff run, upsetting the Avs. The St. Louis Blues missed playoffs. They're good. Kind of. Not really. They were good. They were kind of carried by goaltending last year. So, I mean, I don't know if Binnington and Hofer are going to play like that again. So, we'll have to see. Lightning, wildcard hunt. They're not the same team that they were when they won those cups. Just getting older. Vasilevsky hasn't been the same at all. So, I have them there. Maple Leafs. Playoffs. I don't know if they're going to do much more than that. Mitch Marner isn't exactly a great playoff guy for them, and they can't seem to do much in the playoffs. The Canucks, I want to say cup contenders, but they're probably deep playoffs. They had a good year last year, went to the second round. Definitely much better than they've been in the previous seasons. I think they're a deep playoff team. Vegas, wildcard hunt as well. I don't think that they'll be as good. They did lose some pieces. They don't have Logan Thompson anymore. That's like a huge deal, but as you saw at the end of the last season, they started to go down after a great start, and they were a wild card team. I would be shocked if they were back up to winning cups. Capitals, they did do some good moves, but I think people kind of forgot what they did last year was very overachieving, and I think they'll just miss the playoffs. So, Jets. I'll have them in playoffs. I think they'll make it. I don't think they'll be a 110-point team again, but I mean, when you have Connor Hellebuck as your goalie, and if he plays at that same level that he did as last year, at least in the regular season, they should be a playoff team. I don't see them going any further than that. So yeah, that's all the teams in the NHL. If you enjoyed this video and you want to see more, please like and subscribe. I'll get more tier list videos out, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.